So we are back again. We have Felicia here in the studios with us, and we're talking a bit on our theme, blossoming in business. And she's already shared two very good tips with us. One being take advantage of opportunities, like be ready to listen, to move in the moment. Number two was to fully invest and putting yourself in spaces where you can see yourself as a business owner, collab with other business owners, like get into those spaces. And then lastly, Felicia, if you'll add a bit of insight here, you said this whole component, which is very similar to last week's guest, which talked about continuing to learn and grow. Speak to us a minute about that whole space in your life, and how do you really do that? Continue to learn and grow.
Well, I am a self-declared avid learner. I love learning. Yeah, and particularly, well, in all areas, but I'm very, very passionate about learning about things that are surrounding health and self-evolution. So the psychology, why we do the things we do, why we think the way that we think, it just really, really interests me.
Okay.
And so back in 2020, during the pandemic and everything slowed down, I had an opportunity to really just kind of like
Yeah. Take it all in.
Yeah,
Yes.
take in a lot of information. And so what I started to learn is a lot about holistic therapy, a lot about things that we don't typically hear about in when we talk about health.
Yes.
And so, as I just started to understand more of the things that are available to us that we aren't really taking advantage of, especially from a therapist standpoint, it became a desire for me to include this information as a part of my, really, because I love helping people, just with whoever I meet. Like if I can share something with whoever I meet, then that's, great and powerful. And so, I always want to try to give the best information that I can.
Yes.
And so because of that, I feel like I'm constantly looking for more information.
Yes.
Always wanting to grow, always wanting to grow as a person, first off, how I communicate and interact with people in my family.
Yes.
And then it travels into the people in the community, my patients' families. And then now it's going to be how I communicate with businesses.
Business. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I like that you said you want to give the best information possible, and living in an information age where people feel inundated with like just fingertips, so much you can see, explore, research, or not read it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. I like that you have a sense of responsibility in your whole desire to learn and to grow. You feel like I owe it to people to give them the best information, not just random made up, not data proven information, but a sense of responsibility. So when you mention your clients and clients' families, what is it that you do? What is your business?
So I offer pediatric physical therapy services. Right now it's pretty much in-home services. And what that looks like is I go into the homes, I evaluate the children to see if there's any kind of motor delay that they're experiencing. And then if there is a motor delay, then I talk to the families and I demonstrate to them things that they can do, specifically simple things that they can do throughout the day, throughout their routine, so that way they can help their child to improve as quickly as possible. But now what that has kind of evolved into is now that I understand the other aspects that affect us in general, but then also specifically the children, I now offer that information to the families, such as, the environments that we're in, how it impacts us, deficiencies that might be present, that might need to be addressed with their doctor.
Yes.
So that way, they can have better energy to be able to do some of the activities that we're asking them to do. And so I think those are really important things that often aren't quite addressed.
Yes. So what are the because I know you also do another thing too, but what are the specific names of your businesses, and how can people reach out, contact you, follow up for services from the listening audience should they have further questions or really just want to be a client? How can they reach you? What are they looking for?
So my business name is Play and Beyond Functional Therapy, and you can find me on Instagram at PNBP for Play and Be Beyond Functional Therapy. And same on Facebook, Play
Okay.
and Beyond Functional Therapy, P and B Functional Therapy.
And the and is it's spelled out
Yes,
A-N-D.
it's A
Okay.
and D.
So
Mhm.
Play and Beyond Functional Therapy. They can find that on both Facebook and Instagram.
Yes,
And but they would look it up as P, capital P, and the letter B
yes,
as well. Yes.
functional therapy.
Functional therapy. And that will
Mhm.
also allow them to maybe give you a message or find your contact information, follow
Sure.
up with you. Are you
Yes.
currently taking clients?
I am, and I'm also currently hiring.
Oh, come on, business owner, employees, and all of that good stuff.
Yes.
Yes. And so, if you had a final thing that you would say just to small business owners who, like maybe yourself, like that audience, where they're just starting, and somehow in your head, because you were just starting, then you weren't legit. What would you say to those business owners to really allow them, validate them to know that, yeah, every business had a starting point. So what would you say to just really encourage them as we prepare to sign off today?
I would encourage them to believe in the vision that was given to them, because it was given to them for a reason, and then commit to growing. And as you commit to growing, your vision of yourself will also evolve. And then also surround yourself with others and take advantage of opportunities.
Yeah, you like I'll pretty much tell them what I just told them in the tips, right?
Yes.
But yeah, to anybody who's out there who's you're just at your starting point, like it's okay. It's okay to see that other people are further down the road and all this good stuff, and that's great being able to celebrate and all that stuff for other people. But recognize that those same folk one day, like when you were to run it, if you were to run it back, they had a starting point too. And so starting is good. Starting is good. Actually, it's essential if you're ever going to really be a business owner. So we thank you for being a part of our listening audience today. Felicia, we thank you for being in the studio today. You did good. Was this
Thank
one of
you
your
so
first
much for
radio
having me. It
segments?
is. It's my
Well, look
first
at that.
one.
You starting, right?
Yes.
So we speak more and more to come for you as you share the very valuable information that your businesses offer. So again, thanks to everybody for tuning in today on the amazing 102.5 FM, The Lift, where our aim is to empower and inspire you. We're trusting that you got some inspiration and some empowerment today from our guest, Felicia. Until next time, we're signing off.